Okay, spoiler warnings are pretty obvious here. I just made them known. As another disclaimer, I will be leaving out a lot of details to keep it short. Unlike this video which inspired it, which is probably much more well done, it explains how Mantle is the root, where you get the Twisted Sword and mess up everything forever. It is not a foreshadowing of the weird root, as a lot of people said. And honestly, I believe him. I'm with him on that. Within the game, of course, which, as you know from River King Theory, is in layers. There's still only one ending. Who cares how many routes there are? But you can still, because of that, you can insert the chapters in different orders, skip them, do them differently, so forth. And this is what leads to the third route, which is the sword route. Just keep this in mind. Anyway. On to Live Alive, Alive Strong bracelets, I don't know, which Toby started talking about in an interview before realizing he shouldn't for some reason. He's more forthcoming about Mother 3. But, no, Live Alive. Basically, once you get to Chapter 7, Live Alive has 3 routes. A normal route, where the heroes make this long journey through, let's call it the Angel's Heaven, up to the final battle with this weird plant face thing. Never seen anything like that. And then you find out that it's actually the angel that's like the owner of this dominion. And this thing's a freaking monstrosity because he has 2 wings. What the hell's that? What is the angel anyway? It is just this unthinking, pure evil. But it is also a knight. You free the knight from this evil force, and you find out the truth about him. He says, don't forget, as you banish the angel's heaven, and the heroes shatter across time and space. Yes. Holy moly. Anyway, what about the weird route equivalent? Let's call it the weird route. It is where you play as the knight. Yes, you were just given that choice. Do you want to play as the knight? You go to all of the heroes' time periods and you just fucking kill them. You use the bosses, these big freaking sprites. It's so absurdly cool. Anyway, and the game cheers on your determination. Right on! And it plays Megalomania. Then, from the Angel's Heaven, the guy's just like, I guess I won? That's something? Yeah, this is what I wanted. The same credits play, same music, blah, 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 But, throughout the credits, he's going like, this sucks! This world is still kill or be killed. The hero's choices never mattered. And, anyway, you can see how, aesthetically, these are pretty freaking different. But, consequentially, because think about the layers, they're not. Because beyond all these, they're just the knight left all alone up there where we see it. One ending to the game that we are playing. No matter what you do, the final tragedy unveils, and the worlds are saved. But there are more important things than reaching the end. But hey, it's not all bad. At least the Angel's Heaven has a gallery of all the villains. Well, not all of them. I mean, the gallery is literally what you go to using the knight to transport to each of these time periods and kill the heroes. Only when you can manipulate the bosses, of course. See what I mean? See what I'm... Tenna and Flower Ear exceptions? Okay, good. Oh dear. Yes, oh dear. Because you know who has a mysterious past with swords? Who's embittered by losses close to them? Who's distanced herself more than anyone despite being the mayor?
The mayor. Hey, shush. I'm on the phone. The mayor.
What about the mayor?
What'll it be for you today?
The mayor.
Who knows way more than they're letting on, because they are letting on absolutely nothing aside from how much they know. This person might play a song at the bottom of the sea. A song just for the holidays. Yeah, it's Carol. I was a Rudy Nighter hardcore, but I also enjoyed games like Hotel Dusk and Phoenix Wright, murder mysteries. Chapter 5 reminded me, Deltarune is not that kind of mystery. It is plot heavy, but it is not that kind of mystery. Toby Fox does not do red herrings. That is what a user... Okay, in the end, I just think that it would be cool. But there are cooler things, so stick around. Anyway, let's finally cover the sword route, because it is very twisted. In Live Alive, what I'm calling the equivalent is the Armageddon ending. Yes, you heard me right. You can end the entire freaking world and all the worlds in all the worlds, and then the game can only, anyway, that's all it is. How do you do it, though? You abort the weird route. The weird route ends with this series of wicked easy fights, as I mentioned, because you are the literal time-traveling knight manipulating all the bosses, well, the ones in the gallery anyway, to beat the heroes. But what if you went a truly forbidden path and tried to lose as the knight? That is slow, it is difficult, and it is unrewarding. But there's a thing someone can do after that. A thing so powerful, so horrible, so destructive, it ends entire timelines. Basically, once you're on low health, on the menu layer, suddenly you see this option, Armageddon. And you're thinking, what the fuck even is this? Well, cool, whatever, I'm just playing a game, let's pick it. Then you're back to thinking, what the fuck even is this? Why would the knight destroy everything in the game, including himself and the Angel's Heaven? Who controlled Frisk and made them kill everyone just to end the entire fucking world and game too? Not Chara, he's confused too. But you. So there you go. That's how there are 3 routes and only one ending. They follow the prophecy, they banish the Angel's Heaven. Only then will the world be saved. Sure, the angel outlets Armageddon if you lose to them. Correct, if you lose to the angel. But that is not what you're supposed to do in a game. Sure, you can abort the normal route too. Sure, if you have it in you, you can kill the knight. Yes. What happens if you do that, though? It doesn't end. It's not an ending. I would call that an issue. I would also call that an anagram. Anyway, well, this mainly proves the sword route. It also brings to the table that there is this ultimate evil at play here. It is not sentient, it is unfeeling, yet it is also a feeling, because again, the knight identifies with it. And that feeling is the fear of the dark. So you can see from this rough explanation how the knight both is and isn't the angel. You want to see it explain more? Play or watch more Live Alive. Anyway, someone else is on this VHS layer here. Presumably, it's the guy decreeing things in this commanding, detached voice. We could guess all day about who the 3 heroes are, but we do know that there are only 3. So going by this, Deltarune culminates with a satanic trinity versus a divine trinity. And that is what is even cooler. I missed this in the original recording, so it'll probably sound detached from the rest of the video. A key thing to notice here is that the prophecy says the angel finally meets with its desire. And the prophecy is essentially the story of Deltarune, the game, which, if it's followed, leads to a certain outcome, which Chris and the knight want. Something related to death. This video isn't about that. Anyway, the angel finally meets with its desire. This mirrors Live Alive's prophecy by mirroring its knight. Now, essentially, it wants to either destroy everything because, everything is fucked up and evil. For all we know, Deltarune's the same way. Or it wants to be proven wrong, seeing that even under these circumstances, these heroes can persevere. In the normal route of Live Alive, you prove it wrong, thus freeing the knight and all of the heroes, even if you never see the heroes again. In Live Alive's weird route, you do not have the angel as a threat, but you do still have the knight fulfilling that desire by testing the nature of the heroes, after which the angel is simply never seen. Even in the Armageddon ending, Sword Root and Deltarune, the angel meets with its desire, but without the knight to stop it, it just takes the wheel, and the world with it. This is how you can reach an ending in Deltarune Chapter 1, losing the game, and agreeing to lose the game. Presumably, the knight takes care of the rest, possibly with help from the angel, and the big omnipresent voice just welcomes it, either way. Again, this is very similar to Undertale's genocide route with Flowey, and another example of how neither of these trinities is necessarily protective or destructive, simply opposed to each other. And this is what I really love theologically, and this is what I mean by satanic. It is not evil, but it represents the threat of evil to the other trinity, to the heroes. And, of course, the one to ultimately determine this is the player. This third voice has already resigned itself to the darkness. Do you side with it, or do you try to find a way for everyone to live their lives? The choice is yours.